What is up, my fellow mobile gamers? In today's video, we are going over the troop counter cycle. But before we get started, make sure you guys and girls are subscribed to the channel as always, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button. We are a member of the Warhammer 40,000 Lost Crusade Community Creator Program. So we actually have an exclusive code to give to all of my beautiful, lovely, amazing subscribers, supporters. We're also going to be doing a giveaway in a later video. So again, you're going to want to make sure you're subscribed. You don't want to miss out on these in-game rewards. I'm going to give the code away in a little bit. I'm not just going to throw it out right at the beginning of the video. You're going to have to watch a little bit of the video, but I won't make you wait too long. So let's jump into the counter cycle, because we had one of our lovely viewers ask. They needed help about this. They wanted to understand it a little bit better. So every type of troop has a counter. It can be kind of confusing. Some of the names don't necessarily match what this shows. So this shows like artillery, battle tank, ranged infantry, melee infantry, and walker. But if we go through these, it will say something like whirlwinds, vanguard veterans, dreadnoughts. So if we go right here and we look at this emblem and then we go into the counter cycle, we'll see that this is the melee infantry. So they are weak to battle tank, ranged infantry, artillery. Pretty much any ranged troop will have an advantage over the melee infantry, and then the melee infantry will have an advantage over the walkers. Now the walkers are the dreadnoughts, the hellblasters are the ranged infantry, the predators are the battle tanks, and the whirlwinds are the artillery. So even if you go and you look over here at the skill, this will actually give you an even more in-depth look at all the different bonuses that it will have against certain troops. All right, now I'm going to jump into the code right now before we go any further, because I know you guys and girls are dying for the code. So we're going to go over here. We're going to go over to our settings. We're going to go to a redeem code, and I'm going to flash it on the screen, and I'm going to enter it and redeem it myself. I believe this code is good for 5,000 different people to use, and this is also case sensitive. So we're going to go capital S, still alive, capital A, or still alive gamer guy. And then we're going to put capital L and capital C. So LC for Lost Crusade. So the code is still alive LC. We're going to hit OK. We're going to confirm. And we redeemed successfully. So let's go check out our rewards. We got 200 crystals and a bunch of resources as well. So that is much needed. I hope you guys and girls enjoy those freebies for being an amazing supporter of mine. I love you guys and girls. Now let's jump back into the troop counter real quick. All right, so if we go over to like the predators, okay, so the predators right here are the battle tank. Now they're actually going to have two different bonuses. So they're good against artillery, and they're also good against melee infantry. So if you look at the arrows, you could tell like ranged infantry will have a bonus against battle tanks. Battle tanks have a bonus against artillery. Artillery have a bonus against ranged infantry. But all three of these are good against the melee infantry. So if we click at the skills right here, this is the easiest way to look. If this wheel confuses you at all, just go over to the skills, and this is an easier way. So we can just click here and it'll say 20% damage to vanguard vets. And then if we click over here, we have 20% damage to whirlwinds. All the ranged infantry will do 20% extra damage to the melee infantry, which would be the vanguard vets. And then each one of these will also have a bonus of 20% increased damage. Now the vanguard veterans are a unique one, so are the walkers, because these kind of counter each other, but the walkers are good against all of the ranged infantry. So we look at the vanguard vets real quick. We have 20% damage to dreadnoughts. So these are amazing at taking out the dreadnoughts. The dreadnoughts are huge tanks. Just think as the walkers, the dreadnoughts, they don't put out a lot of damage, but they soak up a lot of damage. You'll notice that the first troops to die are usually the walkers, or AKA the dreadnoughts. So that is one thing to keep in mind when you're going into battle. Your dreadnoughts usually die first before any other troops. You want to have a good amount of dreadnoughts to protect your other troops. Now, if we look at the dreadnoughts, their skill right here is minus 15% damage caused by ranged units. All these have a 20% increase to damage against their counter, but the walkers don't actually do more damage to these. The dreadnoughts will take less damage from the ranged infantry. So like I said, these guys right here, these big boys, they are just tanks. They go out, they soak up the damage. They'll take 15% less damage from these 3 ranged units. What I recommend for troop combinations is having a healthy amount of dreadnoughts, because again, they're your tanks. Depending on your army size, I would say at least 1,000 would be a good number. If you say you have maybe 4,000 as an army size, 4,000 or 5,000 as an army size, having probably around 1,000 to 1,500 will be a pretty good starting point. Then you also want to have a bunch of vanguards. You want to destroy your opponent's dreadnoughts as quick as possible, so that way you can destroy their artilleries, their battle tanks, their ranged infantries. Because like I said, the dreadnoughts are at the front line and everything else is kind of in the back. It goes dreadnoughts, then the vanguard vets, and then the 3 ranged troops will be in the back. So these are usually the last to die. It goes dreadnoughts are usually the first to die, then the vanguard vets are second to die, and then usually the ranged troops will be the last to die. So you want to prioritize 1, 2, and then 3. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed this video. I hope it cleared up any confusion you were having about the troop counter cycle, and I hope you enjoyed the little freebie code. This is one of my exclusive secrets. If you sticked around till the end, then you are in for a treat. But like I was saying, we know that the dreadnoughts are at the front of the battle and they usually die first. So what I do when I'm attacking other people is I will actually train level 1 dreadnoughts, because it will save me tons of resources in the long run. So when you're going out on the star map and you're plundering other people trying to get resources, just because you have T5 dreadnoughts doesn't necessarily mean that's what you should use. Because if we look at this, these are ridiculously expensive to train. They take, look at this, 10 hours, 10 and a half hours to train 126. Tons of atom, tons of plasma, not to mention tons of metal and fuel. But if we go and we look at the level 1 dreadnoughts, 126 of these we can train in 48 minutes, and it only takes very, very minimal amount of fuel and metal. So what I'll do is I'll take about 1,000 of these, maybe around 1,500, and then I'll take a ton of T5 Vanguard vets right here, along with some of the ranged troops, and it helps out a tremendous amount. You're going to lose, just know, you're going to lose the dreadnoughts, right? You may lose 50 of them or 100 of them, whatever. But because you have so many bonuses with like research and then your knight too, it really helps out a tremendous amount. You don't lose that many resources. It's only a little bit of fuel and metal to make those level 1 dreadnoughts. You can crank those out all day. Make sure you guys and girls are subscribed, because we are going to have a big giveaway in probably our next video. So you're not going to want to miss out on that. I love you guys and girls. Stay happy, stay safe. Peace, my friends.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure